Yeah, I like seeing what people are doing. I think like that's the whole kind of like the whole point.
You stalk people's Facebook, that's how you know them.
How many friends did you have on your Facebook?
No more than 300.
If we're just connected through Facebook, that's kind of a superficial relationship, and that's one I shouldn't be wanting to keep.
Facebook is a social networking website launched in February 2004. As of January 1st, 2011, Facebook has more than 600 million active users. The website's membership was initially limited by the founders to Harvard students, but was expanded to other colleges in the Boston area, the Ivy League, and Stanford University. It gradually added support for students at various other universities before opening to high school students, and finally to anyone aged 13 and over. The January 2009 Compete.com web study ranked Facebook as the most used social networking service worldwide, with an estimated 41.6% of the U.S. population having a Facebook account. Users can create profiles with photos, lists of personal interests, and contact information. Users can communicate with friends and other users through private or public messages and a chat feature. Most people use Facebook to keep in touch with their friends and relatives, like
I use Facebook to keep in contact with friends and family who aren't necessarily in the same city or whatever. I have family in Guatemala, and I keep in contact through Facebook.
So yeah, I use Facebook for publicity. So it's like a pretty easy way to get the word out to 600 people right away.
I use Facebook to talk to people who don't have any other means of communicating and don't use email.
I use Facebook for socializing with my friends, just keeping up with events and keeping posted what I'm up to.
I use Facebook for keeping up with friends back home, sharing videos and songs that I like, and I use Facebook for keeping up on special events with my friends.
I use Facebook for keeping track of my friends.
I use Facebook to pass the time.
I use Facebook for communicating with my friends.
Facebook is the yellow pages for people. Simple as that.
Facebook popularity has gotten so big that it's almost socially unacceptable not to have a Facebook account.
Well, I notice that I don't get invited to things unless I seek out invitations. And what I mean by that is that if I ask someone what they're doing this weekend, they tell me obviously there's a party going on, but I had no idea about it. And then I realized, well, I didn't get the Facebook memo that there's going to be a party. So if I want to be invited to things, I need to seek out the invitation rather than be invited because I don't have the social networking site.
However, some people use Facebook as a tool for cyber stalking. Cyber stalking is defined as the use of the internet or other electronic means to stalk or harass an individual, a group of individuals, or an organization. It may include false accusations, monitoring, making threats, identity theft, damage to data or equipment, the solicitation of minors for sex, or gathering information in order to harass.
I use Facebook pretty much to post pictures, but it always gets me in trouble. Every job that I apply for, whether I get the job or not, it always comes down to Facebook. They may have seen certain pictures on there. One situation, my boss, he saw a picture of me with what he thought was a beer bottle, and it was a really professional job, so he didn't like that at all because clients could see that and it would give him a bad name. So I got fired, and this is not the first time that it happened. I just can't get rid of it, though. I'm just so addicted to Facebook that I can't get rid of it, but now I'm in so much debt.
I use Facebook to find hookers. I use Facebook to stalk the girls at school. I use Facebook to solicit drugs.
I use Facebook to look up high school friends who I'm no longer friends with, and then make myself inversely feel better about it because I'm not as bad as they are right now.
I use Facebook to stay in touch with friends. I have gotten in trouble with it a couple times. I met an old girlfriend on there, and we ended up meeting back up in real life to catch up, and my girlfriend got on my Facebook because I didn't sign out, and she saw that and caused some problems, and we ultimately broke up because of it.
I use Facebook mostly to vent about things that go on in my day. It got me in trouble a couple times. I had some coworkers who I was complaining about, and they saw it and complained to my boss. Almost got me fired, but it helps me to interact with people on a non-personal level.
I use Facebook because I run a pornographic website. It's a good way to market your material. Pretty much you put a pretty girl's picture on anything and invite them to be your friend, and before you know it, you got 20, 30, 40 people just off that one account just coming to your website and looking at things. So it's a good promotional tool.
I use Facebook to watch all the people in my neighborhood. I've added pretty much everybody, and now I know when there's like parties and stuff, and when that happens I show up and people are like, hey, who invited you here? And I'm like, Facebook did. I heard about it on Facebook. Then they kind of get creeped out, but that's fine. A couple of people have blocked me that live in my neighborhood. I just like to keep track of what everybody's doing. I'm not trying to be creepy or anything. I just like to know what people are up to. They don't call me and tell me, so I find out my own way.
So in conclusion, Facebook is like another new media. It can be used for good or evil. It just all depends on what your intentions are.
I found Harris to be most entertaining to me when he's really angry at me, and I found the quickest way to get him angry is to with him on Facebook. He does not like it. He's got his little updates meticulously planned, like, Harris just became a big fan of Will Smith, and I'll write up there, Will Smith. And he'll be like, why did you do that? And so one time I noticed he was posting a lot on a study group for his world history class. And I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll join the study group. I'll write all this dumb shit on there. Harris will get really pissed and it'll be awesome. And that's exactly how that shit went down. As soon as I started posting, I started getting all these like angry IMs from Harris. He's like, hey man, you need to get off the boards. And I was like, why? He's like, the admins are getting on my case. And he posts this conversation he had with the admin where the admin's like, hey Harris, who's Aziz? He's like, my cousin. Why do you ask? He goes, he's posting on AP World Wall. Do you know what period he has AP World? And Harris writes in all caps, no! You gotta boot him now! With like 30 O's, 30 W's, and 50 exclamation points.